Hi everyone, welcome back. My camera's fixed, so I've got my camera back today and I've got it back on my tripod. I think filming will be much better. I ain't got much time to work on bikes today, so I thought let's have a good look at them all. Let's fire them all up. I nearly said try and fire them all up there. They're all runners. Let's fire them all up. Let's listen to the exhaust note. Let's check for basics, issues, and let's have a chat over the bikes. So at the moment, Cafe Racer Honda CB 250, 1996 I believe. Just had the top end rebuild, seems to be absolutely fine, drives very well. It's up at the moment for £1,500. I'm not getting much interest. I'm pretty stubborn on this one. I'm not easily going to drop it much lower. For any of you guys, watchers, friends, I'll take £1,250. That is kind of what I have. That's my kind of cut off. But I love this bike. I love this bike. Let's fire it up. Let's hear it. This is your time. It's been sitting in the garage for a few days. This is your time to have a look around. Is there still fuel in the tank? Yes. Has fuel dripped and leaked? And does it start up well? It's stone cold. Stone cold. You'll know straight away. Is the battery okay? On the button. There you go. So we know that we need a bit of choke. And we know that the battery's low. And that's exactly why you do these tests. Right, give me a minute. I'm going to see if I can get it fired so it charges. So guys, I should have left the camera on for that. You could have seen me push start it. I gave that a push start. That battery's going to need to come off and be fully charged though. At the moment the choke is on. Engine sounds fine. Drives and revs beautifully. Let's get a good proper look over the bike. Wheels were powder coated not that long ago, so they're nice and thick. I painted the forks, they look good, they're fine. Exhaust wrap looks good, even with its slightly messy bits, that's kind of okay. It's quite neat and clean in here, not much more you can do. Rear wheels same, powder coated, all good. Tyres are good, they're brand new. I did brand new just before I got the bike. Chain and sprocket, pretty much brand new. All good. Rides, runs, brakes, does everything you need it to do. And has pretty much a year's MOT. Let's drop the choke. No smoke, engine's rebuild. This bike's good and ready to go. Someone's going to get an amazing bike. You aren't easily going to see bikes like this around, guys. With this shape, with this style. You're just not going to easily see it. The quick release tank is just unbelievable. The whole strap down system here. So these are the only thing that holds the tank on. So it wobbles, but it's meant that's how it's designed to be. I reckon in the older days when they raced these, I reckon they unclipped, took the tank off, put a new tank on, and clipped back up. That's my guess. So yeah, one thing that is a pain now that I have to kind of acknowledge is that the battery is much harder to get to charge it. So I would have preferred that little Super B battery for the long-term fix, because it kind of lasted longer when not in use. that's something I would almost recommend to people, but I can't easily recommend it at the moment because they're ignoring my emails and they're not getting back to me. Right, you ready? Done. Great. I turned the fuel off anyway, but it's not necessary, it doesn't leak. Let's have a quick look and listen to the Bandit, guys. The Bandit is mine, obviously. I've used it for years. I love it. It's one of the most powerful 600s you will ride if you ever come to see it or ride it. It is for sale at some point. I've not advertised it yet. I have got the front mud guard, but I've not put it on because this seal leaks massively, and then it leaks down and it ruins the paint. I've got brand new fork seals and brand new oil. If anybody wants this Bandit, I'm looking for around $850 as it sits now. I'll give you the fork seals, I'll give you the oil, and this is ultra low emissions free, this one. It was tuned to pass the emissions test and then it was retuned to be a beast afterwards. There's not much to say about this bike. It's got the great Evolution, that's a genuine Evo exhaust, it's not a fake. It sounds amazing. Paintwork I did, so it has, you can see imperfections, but overall it's okay. I think it looks much better on camera than it is in reality. Brakes all work, everything just works on it really. No major difficulties, and the seat's very comfy. Sounds amazing. One of my favourite sounding bikes. Love that exhaust. Just a great bike. That I love that bike. Where are we next? Let's save the bobber till last. Faradero 125. I got this complete off camera the other day. Well, it was on camera, but I haven't uploaded that video yet. Check out the tape on the seat. That is temporary. Ideally, it doesn't sell anytime soon, so that I can get that fixed. But I need to sell the CAF, or well, no, it's this one, isn't it? I need to sell the CAF to be able to do. What I would be doing is a new seat and a decent set of handlebars with a brace, some renforce. That's where I would be going. I'd love to put a new clock on there. I'm not sure I have the skill. I'd love to try that. I might buy one to try it just for fun. It's clean, it runs, it rides. I rode it for half an hour to the MOT station and half an hour back the other day. It rode beautifully. Let's see if this one starts. I don't like to idle for the first minute. It really needs warming. One of the gentlest bikes I've ever been on, guys. It's so gentle. If you're new to 125s, it's not running bad. It's a Tweed Twin. It's so gentle, and it loves being revved anyway. It loves going up to red line. And it sounds quite nice up there. This is a great bike now. I would not let it go. If I had my way, I'd change the levers, like I said, and the bars and the clock. And that's something I will consider, and the seat, over the coming week or two if it doesn't sell. At the moment it's up $4,000, but $850 breaks me even. That's kind of what I'm looking for, $850. But that will be as it sits. It's quite a rough looking bike. I'd love to take these off, but I don't want to risk the tank breaking. You probably could hack these away, but is it worth it? I'd love to. Do you know what I'd love to do if I was painting the tank? Cut it, fill it, get rid of it. But a good bike, like I said, past the MOT, starts up first time every time, and rides really well, guys. It's a lovely bike. You have to keep it up in the revs, not because it's running bad, because it likes that. Now, let's get to this thing. Now, I stopped my filming yesterday because I was just a bit all over the place with this bike, but in the end, I created the space. I found the space for the battery, and strapped it down with cable ties for now. It works very well, but I do have this proper brace that I'm going to be using. I will clean it up, and then I'm going to be using the proper brace, bolting it down. It fits perfectly, so makes sense using that. I got all the coil system working. Basically, one spark plug was intermittent, so it had blown. It wasn't working very well. So even when I checked it, it showed a bit of spark, but it just wasn't working well. It was running on one cylinder, and then I switched the coils, still running on that same cylinder. Then I switched the spark plugs, cylinder changed. It only ran on the other cylinder, so I knew it needed a spark plug. I've chucked that in. It rides and runs. It's not smooth, but it's very hard to tell if it not being smooth, because I don't actually mean the engine isn't smooth. It's more everything around it. Like on this seat, you kind of slide forward, so I brake and I slide onto there, and then my nuts go up into my throat. So it's like, it feels like it's really jumpy and jabbery, but it's not. Let's fire this thing up. The steering lock works. That's what I like about this. This clock is crap. Nothing's wired up, and it's a basic on the wire there, so you can get a MPH one, no problem. Ignition switch is down here. Let's chuck it on, and let's see if we get anything from this bad boy. Oh, what have I done to the throttle? Did I disconnect? I don't remember disconnecting the throttle, guys. Oh, I didn't nip it up, that's fair enough. Right. That started well, you heard that, there's no choke at the moment. Blatantly running on both cylinders. Another bike that likes being warmed up, guys, it needs to be warmed up. So I'll give that a minute, but it started very well. The choke's causing me issues. I think it's just all C's. I think the wire is just all C's. I doused it with WD yesterday, but look, nothing at all. New one of them, doesn't exactly cost much. Well worth looking into. I like its sound, but I'm not sure. 1 minute, stay there. Yeah. Oh, what's that doing? There you go. I'm going to show you what I mean. Let's see if we can kind of see the seating position with me on it. And I'll do a little bit of, see if my nuts go into my mouth. I think I'd just had a long day yesterday, guys, and I kind of just weren't really sure where to go with it. Oh yeah, we got a fair amount of leakage down there, but on this bike it hardly matters, does it? Because it's been de-baffled, so. On the road it's actually quite smooth. Brakes are all good. Oh yes, what we established in the end was this indicator has just had it. It's inside out, it's just had it. All the others work. I don't know if I left them connected. Yeah, I did. So the left set is good to go, and then the right rear works. But this one has just all corroded to the point where it's gone inside. So four of these are 22 quid. But again, guys, I'm a bit skint at the moment until one of these sells. And then I'm going to get exactly the same ones because I really like them. They're like 22 quid. I don't really know where else to go on this bike, guys. It will pass its MOT once I've done that. Actually, that reminds me. That won't pass an MOT. That's a black small plate. Hi guys, welcome back. What am I doing today? I've got the whole day. And I want to do the main thing on this bike, because it's not that far off MOTable. So my plan for today will be to try and pop this dent out. I've got my gun on, my hot gun. I might be able to pull that out. If I can pull that out, I'd quite like to get the bike painted matte black today. That would be my my aim, or even maybe some sort of matte gunmetal grey. I might look into that. I'm not sure. Gojam was quite keen on that, wasn't he? But I guess I'd like to get the paintwork kind of just sanded and prepped as best as I can. So I'm going to take the bike down to the power down the road, try and get that popped out. I'll have the camera, don't worry, so that's going to be okay. I'd like to get the exhaust wraps just for aesthetics, and I'd like to get it jet washed. Only kind of the wheels, really. The wheels and just kind of, it's just dust, really. That's, and the kind of swing arm. To be fair, I can do that with a rag, so that's not a huge issue. Then removed, possibly tank prepped for paint, kind of sanded, filled for now. I want to get some of the wiring moved. This harness technically can go up into here, technically, but we just have to rework it all and kind of put it all up and tuck it all in, and then it should be fine. Actually, it will look much better. It will be cleaner and neater. The carb was overflowing, probably still will be. Let's switch it on. I am going to be ordering an original. A little bit of spill here because I've not used a crocodile clip, but it's there that I'm worried about. I better leave that off for a minute because I want to be actually running this bike down to the power. Yeah, so that's kind of it for now, and then it's going to be the same kind of prep as the CAF, painting the side casings again on both sides, cleaning the frame a touch, and so on. I'm going to take the camera, I'm going to take the stand, and we will see if I can pop that dent out using that cheap dent removal kit that I've tried before. Okay guys, so I was meant to bring the whole bike down, but the battery was super dead, and that's the brand new battery I bought the other day. It was actually showing 5 faults, which is crazy. So it don't matter, I brought the tank down. This is our basic setup, same as before. Right. Where's the other leg gone? I'm going to have to grab that. One moment. There we go. No longer legless. That goes in there. Let's seems about right. They're maxed out. Long enough to do that. Okay, so give the tank a bit of a rough. You want any chemicals on there off. Right, where's the gun? Glue on here. Over here. So we give that a minute to set. As we know, this doesn't always work. These tanks are quite sturdy. Yeah, and this glue isn't the strongest. So it dries pretty quick. You'll know if it's engaged properly or not, guys, because once you start messing with the bridge, it just kind of falls off. Right, let me see what angle you're at. It's going to be quite hard to see. Can I tilt this anymore? Right, one moment guys. I think this is probably the best angle to see if anything actually happens. Nice and gentle. Some people say go nuts. I think gentle's better. It's very gently pulling at the moment. Very gently it's doing something guys. And there it is. Not sure we got any. Not sure we got anything there. It's stuck to that quite well. Keep going guys. Round 2. That's all we can do. Try the big round one. Don't want it to be too. I reckon that'll be alright. See, there's a bigger surface area that might kind of pull it more. I'll give it a minute to dry. I'll shut you off and then we'll come back. Okay, we're back guys. It's been a couple of minutes. Let's try this again. I'm going to do another kind of slow one. And then look at a bit speedier. Right, keep your eye on the dent. Let's see if we get anything. More surface area here, so maybe more chance. I haven't been overly impressed with this kit, if I'm being honest. It's hard to tell if the dent is... I think it is pulling out. I think if you kind of give it a few seconds, so you turn it, give it a few seconds to let it kind of settle. I think we're definitely pulling this dent. How far, I don't know. Yeah, seems not bad at all. It's doing something. Wow. This one's pretty impressive, guys. I'd say we're very close to being out. Seems smaller. Sorry, it's a bit of a slower, boring video here, guys, but there's a certain amount of satisfaction as well to this. I think it was quite a bit bigger. I think we just need to keep playing. Let's see how we do here. Alright, Tuck.
Right.
mate.
You're not back at work yet, Joe?
Keep plodding away.
Yep. Got that.
Let's see, a minute, that's very close. Kind of went back in a bit there, didn't it? It popped out and went back in. That was weird. I wonder if one more Big Daddy. I think that's too big. So I am going to be using some filler on this, so it's not a huge issue, but obviously if you can get the dent out properly, then that's your best bet. I'm sticking with the do a little bit, let it settle, let the metal get used to it, and then a bit again. Wow, look at that. That bit moved quite well. Oh, for God's sakes. So guys, you'll notice I've uploaded a couple of videos today. They're a bit of a backlog from last week, and so when I didn't have my camera, I do now have my camera. This morning I tried to start this bike, it didn't start at all. This battery was down to 5 volts. It absolutely should not ever go anywhere near that low. Let's see what we're showing now. It's fully charged. Great. What I need to see, so it's sitting at 13.7, that's great. What I need to see is when I put it on the bike, is there any obvious drop in voltage? Is there anything that's draining the battery? The only thing that can really do that would be something that's staying on, something that's staying powered, even if it's not working. or the stator, but I will give it a good test. So there's the drawer at the moment. It's all connected up. 12.9, 12.9.1, 12.9.2. It's fluttering, which is good. Obviously, that is the position when it's not on. So there shouldn't be any draw over 1 or 2 nights to bring it down to 5 faults. That's ridiculous. To be fair, guys, I bought this off the shelf. I should have probably topped it up, but to be fair, it did kind of start the bike a couple of times. Let's see if there's any mad draw with the key on. That's on. So even if you left the key in, that's not. There's a third switch position here that does nothing. It's also an off. It is worth looking at that, actually, guys. Actually, this one is P. Look, P. So could technically still be trying to power something. So on P. So I think now that is off. And I think I've been using the other side, the P. I'm not sure actually. But on, let's get a bit of horn on going. Yeah. So I think nothing major, nothing too scary there. Obviously I've not got the fuel in it, so I didn't want to properly fire it there, but nothing too scary. At the moment, I think I probably left it on the parking setting, and even though nothing's powering, in fact, maybe if the front light was on, guys, maybe the front light would have stayed on. I think I've made a simple mistake there. In fact, I've done it again. Look, I switched it, did I? Yeah. We're still on the parking one, so it needs to be like that, off like that. Okay, that's all cool for now. I'm going to leave the battery in till tomorrow. Ooh, I've got to stop doing that. I'm going to leave the battery in for now, and see if there's any weird draw between tonight and tomorrow. I'm just doing small bits of cleaning at the moment, just on the frame. I've got some window cleaner with vinegar in it. I thought that'd be nice. And just getting off some of the dust, keeping it simple for now. On the wheels as well. Before we go, you know, fully into cleaning mode, slightly further down the line. The bike starts and rides really well. I think that the baffled exhaust is a bit of a pain. I think it's not helping the running of the bike at all. I'm tempted to buy the same exhaust to slip on, or to go nuts and to buy 2 loud slip on, but I don't know, I'm in 2 minds about that. And apart from that, I kind of just need some money. I need something to sell. I need the Faraday to sell, so I'm going to buy a new clock, and I'm going to try to run the some sort of new digital speedometer. I'll try and film that. That's something I'm going to be learning. Jake can do that stuff, no problem, but he's not around right now. So we're getting there, guys. It's slow, but we are getting there. Hi everyone, welcome back. I've got a bit of a compilation video coming up today. Over the last few days, just putting things together. This bobber is slowly getting there. I think I'm going to do a couple of bits and pieces, silly bits and pieces today that just make it a bit better. Let's say, for example, I'm going to put the exhaust on properly using sealing paste, and I'm going to wrap it. I'll follow people's advice. I'll wrap from the bottom to the top this time. I haven't really got access to water. Yeah, so that's probably a no-no, but I'll wrap it in the right direction and see how that goes. I can probably spray it down a bit, actually. Anyway, I've got a gold wrap. I'm going with a gold wrap. It's not like intensively gold, but I just feel like anything sticking out on this bike will be positive because it's kind of ugly otherwise. What am I going to do? So the exhaust should be kind of full-time after today and sorted. Then all that wiring needs to go up there. Now up in the corner. Now the only piece that's throwing me at the moment is the earth from the solenoid switch. Now I think I can just earth that to the frame anywhere. That's the bit I need to check. If I can, then moving all the wiring is quite easy. What else? We need 4 new indicators. You can only buy these ones in packs of 4, but it doesn't have to be these ones, but I do like them. I do like their kind of their shape, I think. Yeah, they're only kind of 22 quid, but I'm a bit low on funds at the moment. Someone is potentially coming to see the Varadero today, which is cool. Desperately need to sell something to put funds into this and get this out the way. The CAF Racer is just, it's on for £1,400. It's getting no hits at all. I'm shocked. Way over £2,000 is in that bike. That tank, that seat unit, everything else, way over £2,000. So 1,400 is an absolute steal. But yes, I'm waiting for Gary. Gary's popping down today. He wants to get his bike MOT'd, so I'm going to drive up with him. And I'm trying to find the Bandit front bracket for the mudguard that needs to go back on now that the seals are better. Yes, so where am I? Every time I look at this bike I think, where am I? I almost need a list. I think I'm going to look at some wiring. I'm going to get lots and lots of tape over the wiring, get it all tucked in and neatened away and cable tied up and out the way, and get the battery in to a nice area. I've been putting out I put out 2 videos yesterday, guys. I'm only really getting kind of 300 or 400 hits at the moment on all of my last kind of 10 videos. I need people to share, really. If you can, make sure you're subscribed and please share the videos, get the kind of channel moving a bit, because it's a lot of work and time and effort and editing skills to put these videos out. And when I see that some videos only have kind of 230 views after a month, it's a bit upsetting, really. We've got to push the channel forward a touch to be able to continue to do it. So please do me a favour, all of you, share my channel on Facebook, on Twitter, on any of them social media sites that are still going, and see if we can get some hits, see if we can get the channel moving forward at the moment. The tank dent stuff worked so well yesterday. I need to give this a bit of a clean up with my paste, but actually the dent is gone. There might be a tiny imprint there, but that's fine. Not sure yet what I'm doing with this tank. I don't know if I can be asked painting a bike that isn't going to make me, you know, much or any profit on this occasion. It kind of is just a bit ratty, and that almost should be the way it stays at this stage, in my opinion. I'll paint the engine panels. I'll definitely do that. Why not? I'll probably paint the which were already black once, by the way. Anyway, someone stripped it. But apart from that, I think I'm going to leave all the paintwork, just because, like I said, how basic it is. I am definitely going to put a speedo on that works. This isn't even running anyway, and it's a KM1. Winds me up. I'm definitely going to put a better speedo on. Yeah. Right, I think I'm going to hammer away here, have a look at this wiring, see what I can do. I basically want it all up in here, and all, you know, I want it running along the top, just as hidden as possible, and then the battery goes in there, kind of pushing against it. Let me see if I can do that. This wiring, I don't like. I want it to kind of go, ideally it would go up here under the tank. It might do that, to be fair. I haven't properly tried. And then all this wiring is for the speedo, and none of it's been connected up. That's what all this is about. You can have the neutral light, of course, you can have everything else on there. That wasn't connected, it was just a basic speedo. So I'm going to buy a better one and connect it as much as possible. Okay, so let me explain a little bit about the wiring. At the moment I haven't had to extend any wires. The only one I may need to extend is the brake light switch. Although even that's close, that might be okay. Everything else at this stage can be tucked right up back in there. Yeah, right up in there. Great. The only kind of concerns I've got, in fact the only thing I'm considering right now is, this is the earth wire. This simply goes to the engine. It's down there, it's that bolt you see right there in front of you, there, and it attaches to this. Now, what I'm not sure about is if it just needs to be earthed to the frame anywhere. So I'm going to undo this bolt, take this earth off, put that bolt back in, and try and earth the bike up here underneath, so that we're in a position where all the wiring is just up there and there's nothing down here and it's nice and clear. Easy enough to do, guys. At this stage I had all this just tucked up. I will put like a cable tie across it so that it's all secure, and then this eventually will also go up there when it's kind of again in position and all ready. So it'll all be up there like that, hidden away neatly with a little cable tie or a strap holding it. And then you'll have this one out on the battery somewhere here, and then you'll have there's a green there, and there's this hopefully will be in here somewhere, just maybe even to like here. I can drill a hole, put a bolt through, something like that, and we should have an earth again. So I need to test this one. I don't actually know if that's how it works. I think it is, but that's what I'm going to be doing. So in a minute you're going to see that I've tucked everything up and away. I've taken this off the engine here and routed it somewhere up here, possibly through here. I'll put a hole through, and a bolt, and we should technically be back to where the bike starts on the button anyway. No reason why it wouldn't. So let's see, let's have a look at that. For you it's a quick cut and a comeback. For me it's like an hour's work. Right guys, so we are off. We're going to get an MOT for Gary. I was telling, I was just talking about one of yesterday's videos. One of yesterday's video has the little moped in it. Now a local garage here quoted my mate £900 on that little Piaggio Fly 125 to service it. And their explanation was that the front wheel was absolutely fully seized. They could not get the nut off. They heated it, they did the works, and they said, look, we'll just buy you new forks, we'll put on new forks, change the tire. And I was so upset that I couldn't even explain that in the video. So in the video I haven't explained that. Gary's just saying what was going on. I couldn't even explain it, I was too angry. But basically, yeah, I mean, I sold Warren that moped for 600 quid a year ago with a year's MOT. I serviced it, ultra low emissions free, and it's a lovely bike. For a local company they charged him £135 for the rear tyre anyway, which is, I think it's probably 30 quid overpriced, but you know, it's a bit silly. Good luck on that one, that's fine. But to quote him, £800 to £900 because the front wheel is seized, for professional mechanics to go down that route, that winds me up. Because they're hoping he goes, do you know what, guys, get it done, I need this bike, here's 900 quid. I hate sly mechanics. So that's what happened with his moped the other day. Now, I've done his wheel already. He can bring the bike to me. I'll get him his MOT done for, you know, well, the front tyres 40 quid plus putting on is a tenner, that's 50 quid. And he needs brake pads, they're 7 quid. And he needs the actual MOT, that's 30 quid. So we can get his bike done for 100 quid. Just a quick explanation on what you were seeing quickly and briefly the other day there, guys. I'm not going to expose the company yet because I'm going to write to them on probably through social media. But I just haven't really fully worked out. I don't want to just create an argument for the sake of creating an argument. I don't really know what I want. I just hate mechanics taking the mick out of people. Okay guys, we're back from MOT. Gary's bike passed, no advisories. That's great. It wouldn't have passed last week with the back brake being basically non-existent. It needed a good clean and it needed new fluid, which we did. So it's good he's on the road for another year. I got the Hammerite out. Hammerite paint for projects like this is brilliant, guys. It's rust proof, it's strong, it's thick. And I'm just going to be doing this section under there. And actually a bit of this plate here, you see, just to give it a little bit of longevity. What's the back like? The back bit's alright. So yeah, if you ever need to get the Hammerite out and cake it on. So I'm going to get onto the wrap. I've had an update from Super B Battery. These guys, Super B, Super 8, Super B, they are sending me a new battery. I think that's very fair. My battery was a 2016 manufactured. Let's assume it got to a supplier 6 months later, sat on the shelf for a year, 2018 and a half. So it's probably a year and a half old in reality, and yeah, and failed. They did the right thing. I don't want to be that person that's constantly moaning, but 175 quid, guys, for a battery. It has to work, and the warranty has to be solid. They have a 2-year warranty from when you buy it. That was within the warranty. They confirmed that. But they did try not to basically solve the issue. They said, look, we think your bike is overcharging. I said to them, actually, I've checked the charging of my bike. It's absolutely not. And then they were very fair and very quick. And they said, send us your address. We're sending you out a new battery. And that's brilliant. That's exactly what a company should be like. So I'm going to put up the full details of the company. Make sure they are praised for, doing the right thing. As customers buying specialist items, we want to know that we're being looked after. And if a company like Super B is doing that, then they should be praised. If they're not doing that, then they should be exposed. So, it's good at the moment. Right, bit of a Hammerite under the seat. I tried to take this off earlier to do something with it, but I don't know. This bit turns, but it's still solid. That bit don't turn. I don't know what to do with this thing. I wonder if I can get the top bit off. I don't know what's going on with this, guys. It's more there for aesthetics more than anything. It doesn't look right. It don't sit right. Kind of needs to be bolted down, doesn't it? You see that? Whatever. I'd like to get a new seat. What I might do is measure the distance. I'd like one to be a touch less wide so that I can put new bolts through, maybe down there and down there, and do it and secure it from the bottom, so that it sits upright. But we'll see. For now, this scrappy bike just needs bits and pieces done. Little bits of paint up here, the electrical work up there, that shouldn't take long. The paste, the exhaust paste on the joints down there, and then the wrap backwards from there. And my Harley has been paid for. I'm just waiting for the shop. I'm going to contact them in an hour or two and hope that they say, yes, we have received your funds, come and get it, because I just can't wait. I need to do bits and pieces in here. The Faraday might be going over the next couple of days. But guys, it's still available now. It's a great, it's a great bike. If anyone's interested, it's cheap. I'll take $850 for it. But anyway, yeah, someone has shown interest. They are coming to visit, to view it over the next couple of days. But I need somewhere to sit the Harley. So I did what I said I was going to do. I keep putting my hand on that every time. Yeah, I've done the bit of paint. Let me smooth out my finger marks for the second time. Yep, so the paint was done, and I've tucked in all the wire away. That looks much better. Sorry guys, just getting a bit of a cloth. Yeah, so all that wiring and everything's tucked up there. It's quite neat in its way, and the battery is bolted down. Now, the earth I've sent to here now. So the battery earth goes to here, and I'm not sure if that's good enough. I have scraped it away and cleaned it, but I just don't know if that kind of works. I think, will it just show me? Oh, I guess that, yeah, that's it then, guys. I think that's just fine. I'll throw a multimeter on that, make sure it's reading well, make sure it's not dropping or losing any power. But that is kind of, at this stage, the final finish. The neatness of all this, that is it. It's all kind of tucked in, tucked away, cable tied and so on. I'll give all this a bit of a clean. It makes it look a bit bad at the moment, but a bit of a clean. Maybe put on a touch of that black Hammerite if needed. All this, look, just needs a clean. Just all looks dirty. And same with this bar here, look. Just needs a clean. And then we're in the right direction now. Now remember, the carb does spill, but not when it's running. So the tank can go back on this and it can be a usable running bike for now, but it does spill when it is, if you leave the fuel on. So you can't leave the fuel on. It's as simple as that for now. I'm looking into the floats. I can order them from other countries. Takes ages to deliver, and the float itself costs like 50 quid, which is shocking for that tiny piece of plastic. I don't know what to do with this one, guys. You can't really get cheap second-hand floats, even if you can find them. Apparently they just don't work very well. So I need to buy the Honda parts. I've got the Honda part number. I'm going to have to go for it. Now the problem here is the float itself is around 50 quid, that tiny piece of plastic. The actual float valve is 35 quid. I mean, they cost 2 quid if to get the equivalent. So if I am ordering the float, I'm going to order the float and try and use one of the ones I've already got and see if that works. I'm not easily going to pay 35 quid for a tiny little float, but you know, in the end you might have to. I spoke with Gary a lot about the final finish of this bike. I don't think painting is the right idea for the kind of price I'm going to get. I don't think it makes sense. It's a bit ratty, it's a bit rough, but it's going to run and ride and have an MOT. That's kind of got to be what I'm working with here at this stage. Just because nothing's selling at the moment, guys. There's no money out there. Everyone's lost their jobs. Nothing's selling at the moment. So this is probably going to be a £1,000 bike. I'm not going to mess with paint. The paint's there, the paint's fine. I'll put some sort of wax over it. Just the car wax, and that will be good enough for now. Make sense? Let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop this pipe off, put some gum on the exhaust, get the exhaust pushed back in and sealed up, and I will chuck some, I'm going to use the gold wrap and get this exhaust wrapped for now. So we are kind of getting there, guys. We are going in the right direction.